Today, I put every legend in one draft, creating the greatest draft class of all time. And with the first overall pick, the Indiana Pacers take Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Wade goes at 2 over MJ and LeBron. LeBron goes 3rd to the Bulls, Jordan to the Jazz, Magic to the Heat, Duncan to the Nets. But as you can see, this draft is moving way too fast. So what I'm going to do is simulate to the end of the draft and then show you all the rosters. I wish 2K had an option to make these drafts go a little slower so we could look at each of the top picks. But bro, I couldn't even talk fast enough to keep up with that draft. Congrats to Del Curry on being the last pick. And now that the draft is over with, we can check out these rosters. The 76ers have a duo of Walt Frazier and Scottie Pippen. Not bad at all. The Bucks pair up KD, Kevin McHale, and Gary Payton. So they're surrounding their star in Kevin Durant with some really good defenders. And other stars, of course, because that's kind of how it works in a draft like this. There's a lot of superstars. The Chicago Bulls have LeBron and Zeke, along with Pistol Pete Maravich. This is probably the best team we've seen so far. The Cavs were able to get Luka. And if y'all don't know about 2K Luka, you're about to find out today. He's an absolute dog in this game. They pair him with Elgin Baylor, one of the game's greatest scorers. The Celtics, a nice big man duo of Dirk and Joel Embiid. You've also got Dame and Chris Mullin for additional scoring. Joker and Larry Bird. That's a nice duo in LA. The Grizzlies have Patrick Ewing, Paul George, Tyrese Halliburton. There's Ant-Man as well. They only got Ant as a 90 overall on this roster. Let me upgrade him. We know Ant's better than a 90. Tony Parker is the best player in Atlanta. And with all due respect to Tony Parker, if he's their best player, they're probably cooked. The Miami Heat have Magic Johnson. And we did it! The Hornets, Tracy McGrady and Dominique Wilkins. These two, they're going to be combining for a lot of highlights for sure. MJ and Derrick Rose in Utah. That's tough. In Sacramento, they got Melo and Wilt with David Thompson. In New York, it's Chris Paul, Charles Barkley, Sidney Moncrief. The Paul and Barkley pick and roll will probably be pretty nice. AI and AD in Los Angeles. You also got Manu Ginobili. For the Magic, it's Hakeem and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the smoothest player in the league. Bill Russell is leading the Dallas Mavericks. It'll be interesting to see what the greatest winner of all time can do in this video. The Nets have Duncan and Westbrook. Those mid-range bank shots are about to go absolutely crazy. They got DeRozan too. This is the mid-range merchant team. The Nuggets have Drexler and Stockton. I'm sure Stockton will throw a lot of lobs to Blake Griffin. Okay, Indiana. Kareem, Nash, Book, Zion. Not bad. Nash and Kareem is a nice 1-2 punch. You get Book in there for the scoring. The Pelicans have Reggie Miller, Pau Gasol, and the Big O. Oh, both the Gasol brothers are here in New Orleans. The Pistons are led by Kevin Garnett. They've also got James Worthy on the squad. The Diesel is in Toronto alongside Rick Barry. Harden ended up back in Houston in this fantasy draft, playing alongside Penny Hardaway and Bob Pettit. Man, if Penny never got injured. The Spurs, Giannis and Kyrie. They also bring back a franchise legend in the Iceman. And they got Bill Walton. Ooh, the Suns? D-Wade and Dwight are going to be dunking on everybody. And we'll see how Bob Cousy does in the modern era. We know JJ Redick thinks he'd be really bad. The Thunder have Dr. J, J Kidd, and Ray Allen. Ray played with the Sonics, now he gets to play with the Thunder. Oh my gosh, the Minnesota Warriors. Curry and Clay, are you kidding me? And two of the greatest rebounders of all time, Moses Malone and Elvin Hayes. Kobe, Jimmy, Dave Cowens. Kobe and Jimmy Butler, imagine all the trash talk. For the Warriors, it's Kawhi, VC, Ja Morant. Oh, mama, Wembanyama. I'm sorry. Looks like the Warriors drafted a lot of young players on their team, but getting Wemby is a game changer for sure. And then the Washington Wizards, you got the logo, rest in peace. David Robinson, the Worm, Donovan Mitchell. Solid team for sure. So that wraps up our roster breakdown. And now that we're done with that, We need a quick intermission. I already showed this video last video, but I paid Ronnie2K to ask y'all to subscribe. It cost me $100, so I'm showing the video again.
What's up, everyone? It's your boy Ronnie2K. Just wanted to give a shout out to subscribe to Danny2K. He's trying to get to 100K on YouTube. Hopefully it's gonna happen. Let's make it happen.
In all seriousness, though, I'd really appreciate if y'all subscribed. Let's jump to the end of the season, get to the playoffs. Man, this postseason is about to be ridiculous. Elgin Baylor wins the league MVP. You're talking about one of the greatest scorers to ever do it. Look at these numbers, man. He averaged 38. Some of the numbers guys put up in the 60s and 70s just don't look real. Congrats to Elgin on the MVP. Oh, I gotta do it again. Oh, mama, Wembenyama. Victor wins Rookie of the Year. Tim Hardaway wins Sixth Man of the Year. He averaged 17 and 9. Bill, DPOY. And also, I know some of the numbers look a little underwhelming, and that's because these guys are playing with a bunch of other stars. So the numbers aren't going to be as insane. It's kind of like how we saw with Team USA this year. Nobody was putting up stupid numbers except for that one game where Steph popped off for almost 40, right? But nobody's going to have crazy averages because there's so many good players on their teams. Congrats to Big Al. Allen Iverson, Clutch Player of the Year. I hope to see AI go crazy in this video. And JB Bickerstaff, Coach of the Year with 58 wins. So there weren't any super teams in this league. No 60-plus win teams. All NBA first team. Of course, you got the MVP Elgin. LeBron James put up very impressive numbers on the Chicago Bulls. Tim Duncan, golly, 8 assists. Chris Paul, speaking of assists, 19 and 13 for Paul. He was playing with the round mound to rebound. The Big O, 23, 7, and 10. The original Mr. Triple-Double. All-NBA second team, you got Michael Jordan, 21, 5, and 9. 2 steals, a block. Tracy McGrady. Man, why do they have these players averaging so many assists? T-Mac was not swinging the rock like that. He was getting buckets. 10 assists is crazy. Scottie Pippen averaged a dumb amount of assists as well. No Chill Gill on All-NBA and an all-time league is kind of crazy. Kevin Wayne Durant, 23 points per game, 6 boards, 5 assists. He's on second team. Third team, you had Garnett. Anyways, you had Steph Curry averaging 21 and 9. There's Bob Pettit and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We talk about LeBron's longevity, but this man Kareem played till he was 41. And he was 7'2", and this was before all the modern technology. Gotta give him his props. All defensive, you got Mike, GP, Bron, Duncan, Russell. Some of the best defenders to ever play the game. Second team, it's Paul, Wade, Pippen, Kawhi, and Shaq. Chris Paul could really defend before he got so old. And checking out the standings, oh man, the league was balanced. We only had one 50-plus win team in the East and only 3 in the West. Your number 1 team in the East was the Cavs with the league MVP Elgin. No way they brought Luka in off the bench. What are y'all doing? Luka's listed as a PG. I was like, do they have him listed as a 2 for some reason? No, they're just starting Ron Harper over Luka Doncic. Disband the franchise. How are they still the 1 seed? Hornets were in second. Gill, T-Mac, the scoring was crazy. You also had Mutombo out there blocking shots, protecting the rim, and Dominique Wilkins breaking the rim with his dunks, man. Third, you had the Milwaukee Bucks led by Easy Money. The New York Knicks, they had Andrew Bynum, the man with the prettiest jump shot. Bro, whoever created Chuck in this game, they did him wrong. This looks like TNT Chuck, not NBA Chuck, if y'all know what I mean. Magic, you got Shea, Joe Caldwell, Pierce, Sean Kemp, Hakeem. 6th seed was the Pistons. There's all your playoff teams, and then here's some of the play-in teams in case you're curious where your team was. Sorry if they missed out on the playoffs. Over in the West, the number 1 team was the Sacramento Kings. I bet that man Wilt was going crazy. Honestly, his numbers are a bit underwhelming. Melo did his thing, playing alongside a member of the 03 draft in Chris Bosh. The Blazers came in second with Kobe. Yeah, Kobe and Jimmy and Rondo. Oh, I know this team was out there talking trash. The Pels with the Gasol front court. I mean, they had the teammate chemistry, right? And then you had the Big O. You had Reggie for shooting. I like this team. Grizzlies were 4th. Ant, Halliburton, PG. Rockets came in 5th, led by the Beard. You also had Penny Hardaway doing his thing, dishing out a lot of assists. 6 seed was the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Steph and Clay backcourt. As a Warriors fan, I might have a little bit of bias towards this team. I hope they do well. And then here are your play-in and teams that missed the playoffs. Wemby couldn't even make it. All right, now we can jump straight into the playoffs. I went ahead and simulated the play-in tournament. For the first round, we'll go through things pretty quickly, but if we get any Game 7s, we will most definitely be jumping in the Simcast. Game 7s with all these legends, it's gonna be absolute cinema, bro. All right, we got a couple Game 7s, at least 2. First one we're going to be checking out is between New York and Orlando. The Knicks with Paul and Barkley taking on the Magic, who have a Paul of their own, Paul Pierce. They've got Shea and Hakeem Olajuwon. I think Hakeem didn't start playing basketball until he was like 16. And it's crazy because his skill set is one of the greatest of all time. I mean, I'm sure Kareem didn't need the Danny 2K cosign to tell him he was good at basketball, but I got to give bro his props. 2 minutes and 14 seconds left. Knicks are up by 6, and they also have possession of the ball. Barkley is inbounding. It'll go into Jamal Mashburn. Mashburn over to Chris Paul. Paul gets the screen. CP3 to the basket, down to Aldridge. Aldridge misses the layup. The Magic most definitely needed that stop. Here comes SGA. It's really cool to see modern day players playing alongside these legends. Hudson with the rock. He's attacking the basket. Lou fakes, goes up, and lays it in. New York's lead is down to 4, and there is still plenty of time for the Magic to keep chipping away. Chris Paul to Aldridge. Aldridge, the bread and butter mid-range, misses. Gilgeous-Alexander up to Lou Hudson. Hudson to the basket. Fakes, shoots, misses. Kemp the rebound. Look at Sean Kemp. That Kemp dunk was ridiculous, bro. Chris Paul with the rock. Paul will get the screen from Aldridge. CP3 to the basket, and he's fouled. Paul, free throw, cash. 3-point lead for the New York Knicks. Second one for Paul is also good. Make it a 4-point lead for New York. Let's see what Orlando can do. It's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with it. SGA will get the screen from Sean Kemp. Gilgeous-Alexander to the basket. He's blocked by Barkley. That's a big defensive play. The Knicks needed to get something going, man. Maybe that'll give them some energy. Sean Kemp with it. He'll give it into Olajuwon. Olajuwon fakes, gives it to Hudson in the corner. Hudson over to Gilgeous-Alexander. Not much time on the shot clock for Orlando. Shai's gonna have to pull from way downtown. What is he doing? That's just bad offense from the Magic. Here's Sean Marion with the rock. Marion down to Barkley. Barkley in the post working on Sean Kemp. Swings it out to Paul. Paul gets the screen from Sir Charles. Paul draws the double team. Gives it to Bynum. Bynum finds Marion. That pretty jumper is cash. Let me see that jumper again, man. Low-key, this is how I shoot a basketball. Y'all can roast me all you want, but this is how I shoot a basketball. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It goes in, too, so don't even go there. Don't say I brick. It goes in. Knicks have a 7-point lead. Magic are going to need a miracle. It'll go to Lou Hudson. Hudson in the Converses gets the screen from Olajuwon. Ball will go down to Shai. Gilgeous-Alexander spins off of Paul. Spins again. Bro looking like Siakam with all the spin moves. Hakeem puts up the layup. Misses. Shai out to Kemp. To Pierce. Pierce pulls. Knocks it down. Might be a slight chance, but it's really not looking good for the Magic. Paul Pierce tried to bail him out, but it might have just been too little too late. Sidney Moncrief at the line. First free throw is good. Second one for Moncrief is also good. 6-point lead. Yeah, the Magic are probably cooked. I'm going to stay in to see if they hit a 3 here. But after that, if they miss, I'm getting out of here, man. Sean Kemp inbounding. It'll go into Shai. Shai spins, goes to the basket on Paul. Yeah, what are we doing, bro? Y'all are wasting too much time. Pierce another 3. Can't hit. It's over. The New York Knicks get out of here with the W. The Matrix with 24 points to lead the way. Lou Hudson left it all out there on the floor. So did Sean Kemp. but the Magic are going to fall short. New York moves on to round 2, but we still got a lot more basketball to watch here in the first round. Our next game 7 is between the T-Wolves and the Pels, and I'm here for this one. The Splash Bros versus the Gasol Bros. 2K is really delivering today with the close games. Wait, maybe I spoke too soon. This one's kind of close. I'll jump in. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left. It's a 7-point game. The Timberwolves are going to need to get quick offense going, and Steph is not in the game. He isn't fouled out, though, so he should be checking in soon. Andre Karolinko gives it into Mike Bibby. Ball will go to Boozer. Boozer to Karolinko to Reggie. Reggie will give it to Karolinko. Back to Miller. Miller defended by Clay. Two of the greatest shooters of all time going at it here. And Clay is clamping. Reggie pulls. Never mind. That might have just been the dagger. Reggie's got 13 in the 4th. Is that Rudy Gobert on the basketball court? Hardaway down to Malone. Malone dunks it home. Moses trying to give the T-Wolves some energy here in the clutch. Here comes Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby's absolutely jacked. I saw some pictures of him a couple years ago. He looked crazy. Karolinko down to Bibby. There's the muscle man himself. I think this game is over with. Oh my gosh, the Timberwolves almost came back. But the Pels get the win. The Big O doing what he does best. A triple-double, 34 points. So Curry and Clay are out of here in round 1. We got another game 7 though. This one's between the Grizz and the Rockets. And the Grizzlies, they're going to fall short. Paul George and Halliburton played well, but it wasn't enough. Harden, y'all know Prime Beard could do stuff like this. 36 points to close things out. And now over here in the East, we got a crazy game 7 coming up. It's between the 1 and 8 seed. The 8-seeded Raptors led by the Diesel trying to pull off an upset against the 1-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers. And Toronto got absolutely cooked. The league MVP, Elgin Baylor, was not about to lose in this game. Marquise Johnson had a huge performance, and wow. Yeah, the Raptors just played bad. So our round 2 matchups are set. We've got the 8-seeded Jazz, who just upset the 1-seeded Kings, taking on the Rockets here in the Western Conference. Oh, the Jazz have MJ and Rose with Grant Hill, Yao Ming. That's a fun team. And of course, the Rockets with the Beard. They're going to be fun to watch. All these teams are awesome. Just a bunch of big name superstar players. We got the Pels taking on the Portland Trail Blazers here. The Blazers with Kobe and Jimmy taking on the Big O and the Gasol brothers, of course, along with Reggie Miller. Over here in the East, we got Bucks Hornets. Two incredible scoring talents in Durant and McGrady going at it. And our other Eastern matchup is between the Cavs and the Knicks. Both of these teams ended up winning their series in 7 games. The Rockets, oh my gosh, they got the Jazz up and out of here. Sorry, D Rose and MJ. So Harden is moving on to the conference finals. But we do have a couple interesting series going on here. We've got a 2-2 series between Portland and New Orleans, and a 2-2 series between Cleveland and New York. The first one we're going to be checking out is between the Pels and the Blazers. And the Portland Trail Blazers run away with this one. Kobe Bryant and Jimmy Butler with some signature playoff performances. They're up 3-2 and will have a chance to close out the Pelicans in 6. Now we're going to head over to the East. Cavs Knicks, Game 5. The MVP, Elgin Baylor, trying to make a run to the conference finals. And oh my goodness. New York, what happened? Luka, 33 in this one. Charles, come on, man. And now all of our series are 3-2. The Hornets were down 3-1 over here in the East, so I was like, oh, whatever. I'm not even going to worry about this series. But they're making things interesting, so we'll jump in the Simcast for Game 6 of that series in a second. But first, we got to check out Game 6 of Blazers-Pels. The Blazers have a chance to close out the Pelicans here and move on to the conference finals. And it looks like this one is going to come down to the final buzzer. Minute 47 remaining. The Portland Trail Blazers are down by 4. But they do have possession of the ball. Brad Daughtry gives it into Kobe Bryant. Bryant going to the basket, swings it to Kevin Love. Love back to Bryant. Bryant, the behind the back to Rondo. Rondo gives it back to Kobe. The Blazers want the ball in the hands of Bryant, but he's not able to convert on the shot. Oscar Robertson with it. He's defended by Rondo. Robertson over to Reggie Miller. Miller gets the screen from Gasol. Reggie, defended by Bryant, one of the best defenders of all time. Ball will go to Karolinko. Karolinko out to Robertson, and Robertson cashes out. 7-point lead for the New Orleans Pelicans. The Big O's got 8 in the fourth. Rondo gets the screen from Daughtry. Blazers need a bucket, and they're going to Kobe Bryant. The hook is off. Why does he keep shooting those? He's cold now. Robertson with it, another bucket, and the Blazers are probably done for in this game. Robertson's fade is good. The Big O took over there for the Pelicans. Another great game in what has been a sensational playoff run for Oscar Robertson. Kobe with 22, he just couldn't deliver in those final minutes, mainly because 2K was giving him some stupid animations. But we will have a game 7 over here in the West. But before we check that out, we got to head over to the East. The Hornets trying to force 7 after being down 3-1 to the Milwaukee Bucks. And the Hornets will do exactly that. Tracy McGrady, 34 points and 12 assists. Dominique Wilkins, 29. Durant, 20 points on 20 shots. That's not going to cut it. Now, can the Knicks win this game against the Cavs and give us a third game 7 here in the second round? That would be fire. The Knicks are going to win. So we've got 3 game 7s here in round 2. Sean Marion, the playoff hero for the New York Knicks, huh? Paul, a ridiculous 18 assists. So here we go. Game 7, Blazers Pelican. And the Blazers are going to win this one. It got close in the final seconds, but really Portland was in control the entire time. That's why I didn't hop in. Dave Cowens, a monster game. Kobe and Jimmy didn't even play all too well. It was Cowens. So the Blazers move on to the conference finals against the Houston Rockets. Next up, it's going to be Bucks Hornets. The Hornets trying to pull off a 3-1 comeback against KD and company over in Milwaukee. And the Hornets are going to do it in very convincing fashion. It was a blowout. Agent Zero, 39 points. One last game 7. This one better deliver. The other two, they weren't even interesting. I didn't get a chance to jump in. Man, 2K, we being serious? This one wasn't close either. Elgin Baylor 36. Porzingis came off the bench, dropped 23. Luka 16 and 16, and the Cavs will move on to the conference finals. It's going to be the 1 versus the 2 seed here in the East. And then over in the West, we've got the 2 versus the 5 seed. The Portland Trailblazers taking on the Houston Rockets. Is that Danny Granger? W name. After 4 games, the Cavs are up 3-1 on the Hornets. But hey, you never know. The Hornets might come back again. But over here in the West, we've got a tie series. Oh, wow. The Hornets just got eliminated. But we've got a tie series between the Blazers and the Rockets. And this one's close. I got to jump in. But man, I've been yelling at this screen for too long. I got to go grab some water or something. About to start sounding like Doc Rivers in the post-game interviews. While I was getting that water, I was just thinking, man, y'all are the best. Like, if I could go back and tell a young Danny you'd have 60K on YouTube recording 2K videos, he would be geeked. Like, thank y'all so much, man. It really does mean the world to me. I probably don't say it enough, but y'all really are the best. Thank y'all so much. Anyway, close basketball game. I just got my glass of water. I'm feeling refreshed. Gerald Wallace will give it into Jimmy Butler. Butler is defended by Harden. Let's see what Jimmy can do. Oh my gosh, Jimmy, you're going to let Harden steal it from you? Here goes Penny on the fast break. Oh my goodness. That man was moving at about 100 miles per hour. He went up and dunked it. Rockets up by 3. That's a huge play. Way to turn defense into offense from Penny Hardaway. Here's Jimmy with it. He'll swing it over to Kobe Bryant. Bryant gets the screen from Butler. Kobe has room in the mid-range. Can't convert. So now it's Houston moving in transition. Harden with the rock. He'll slow things down just a bit. The Beard gets the screen from Ben Wallace. James has room from 3. He pulls. Can't hit. Daughtry the rebound. Mark Price will give it up to Kobe Bryant. Bryant swings it over to Gerald Wallace. Wallace to Butler for 3. Jimmy buckets. We've got a tie ball game. Jimmy with 9 in the 4th. I would not want to face a team with Kobe Bryant and Jimmy Butler in the 4th quarter. James Harden with the rock. The Beard fakes. He's going to have to pass it. Jimmy's all over him. It'll go to Penny. Penny has room, and Penny cashes out. 3-point lead for the Houston Rockets. Jimmy Butler going to the basket. Jimmy puts up the layup. Oh my goodness. Looking like Paul Butler, Jimmy George, hitting the side of the backboard. Are you serious? Time to hit in the mic and drills all summer, buddy. Are you serious? Like, man, come on. James Harden with the rock. About a minute to go. His Rockets are up by 3. The Beard going at Jimmy here. Jimmy better get this stopper. He's really selling. Harden gets the screen, takes the mid-range and hits. Oh, Jimmy, you're getting cooked. Butler bringing it up here for the Blazers. Just give the rock to Kobe, please. Jimmy will get the screen from Daughtry. Butler has room from 3, doesn't take it. Instead, he's going to the rim, puts up the hook, can't convert. Oh, it's over. Jimmy. Now the Blazers are opting to intentionally foul. James Harden's going to the line. I haven't heard that one before. Harden really used to be a foul merchant. I guess he still is. First one for the Beard is good. Second one for Harden's also good. 7-point lead for the Houston Rockets. And the Blazers will call timeout. You know what they need to do during that timeout? Sub Jimmy out the game. I'm probably sounding like a Jimmy Butler hater right now. I like Jimmy Butler. He's great at basketball, but right now, he isn't so great. Ball will go into Kobe. Kobe gives it to Jimmy. Oh my gosh, here we go again. Jimmy Butler gets the screen from Cowens. Cowens rolls. What are you doing, Dave? Shoot the ball. Dave Simmons catches the ball wide open in the post, bro. Wide open. And he's like, all right, let me just hit a little spin cycle. I'm done watching this, bro. This is just abysmal. Kobe Bryant, 19 and 10. It wasn't enough. Bob Pettit, 24. Penny with 21. Game 6 on the way. The Portland Trail Blazers looking to keep their season alive by forcing 7, and they scored 7 points in the first quarter. Looks like they are picking things up later in the game, and we might just have another close one. Oh, we do. Y'all already know we're jumping in there. Gerald Wallace inbounding. Blazers are down by 2 right now. It'll go into Jimmy Butler. All right, Jimmy, you need to have a redemption game here. Butler gets the screen from Cowens. Jimmy gonna dump it down to Dave, and Dave remembers when you're open under the basket and you're 7 feet tall, you dunk it. Tie ball game. And the Rockets will call timeout. Glenn Rice will give it into James Harden. Harden is defended by Kobe Bryant. Bryant guarding Harden closely here in the clutch. James can't create any space. He's still gonna shoot, and he misses. Love the rebound. K-Love will give it up to Rondo. Rondo gives it right to Kobe. Kobe gets the screen from Cowens. Bryant has room from 3, and he hits. Huge shot. 7 in the fourth for Kobe. Blazers with a 3-point lead. Still plenty of time left if you're Houston, though. The Beard will get the screen up top. Harden down to Bob Lanier for the slam. And just like that, the Rockets cut the Blazers lead to 1. Let's see if Kobe has something to say about that. Bryant to the rim, quick 2. Kobe with the answer. And this is what the Blazers should have been doing. Putting the ball in the hands of their best player, Kobe Bryant. James Harden will give it to Penny Hardaway. Hardaway to Pettit. Pettit for 3. It's good. Tie ball game. Minute 20 left. Bob Pettit doing that nonchalant backpedal after he hit the 3. Kobe Bryant with it. Bryant gets the screen from Cowens. Kobe has room in the mid-range, and he's taking over. Kobe Bryant. What's that, 7 straight points? Forgive me, I haven't taken a math class in a minute, so that might have been wrong. Harden with the ball. Harden gives it to Pettit. Pettit back to the Beard. Beard going to the basket, misses. Here's Kobe with it. Man, get out the way. Let Kobe cook Bryant to the basket. Man, watch out with that, Harden. That was a hard foul. First free throw for Kobe is good. Hey, if Draymond was on this Blazers team, James Harden, he would have been done for. Kobe hits both free throws. Harden with the rock. The Beard gonna give it up to Pettit. Pettit's hook is off. Bryant will grab the rebound. Kobe, first free throw is good. Second one for Bryant is also good. Bro, I just heard my alarm go off. I was supposed to wake up at like 9:30 today, actually sleeping. I woke up at 7:45. Y'all know when you wake up in the morning, you're like, dang it, I'm cooked. I'm not going back to sleep. That's what happened to me this morning. I gotta go turn off that alarm though. It's so loud. I got up to go turn off my alarm. I had my phone plugged into my PlayStation, right? And I forgot it was plugged in. I almost took the whole PlayStation with me because I grabbed my phone. Anyway, I don't know what I'm rambling about. James Harden with it. Rockets will call timeout. It's looking like this series is about to go 7 though. Bob Pettit also wearing the Converses. We'll give it into Penny Hardaway. Hardaway over to Harden. Harden wasting a lot of time. Short jumper is good. Don't know how much that's really going to do for Houston, considering the Blazers are going to head right back to the line. And also, the Rockets do not have any timeouts left. Bryant hits the first free throw. Second one's also good. We'll see if the Rockets can hit a three here. It's Harden with the ball. James gives it to Pettit. Pettit, the fake of doom. Oh my goodness, Kevin. What are you jumping at? But yeah, that'll do it. They didn't go for a three. They went for a two for whatever reason. Kobe, 31 points. He was taking over in clutch time. Hitting his clutch free throws. Knocking down threes, going to the basket. He was doing it all. And we got a game 7. This series has been so much fun. And with the way these teams have been going back and forth, I wouldn't be surprised if this one is close at the end. Man, come on, 2K. Y'all couldn't give me a close game 7. Bob Pettit will lead the Rockets to the NBA Finals against Elgin Baylor and the Cavs. 2 old school legends leading the way for their teams. Harden had a monster game in this one. Kobe Bryant only 11 points. So the finals is going to be Cavs-Rockets. Remember, the Cavs do have Luka Doncic, but they're being stupid and putting him on the bench. But this Cleveland team is headlined by the league MVP and Elgin Baylor. Rockets are headlined by James Harden, who's been putting up some crazy scoring performances all playoffs. We're going to jump into the Simcast immediately for game number 1 of the finals. And game 1's going to be a big Rockets win. James Harden, 36 points. All right, let's see what goes down in game 2. Can the Cavs bounce back? This team was the best team in the league during the regular season. And the Cavs, they'll show why they were the best team in the regular season. This series is tied up. Golly, Harden wants this ring, huh? But the Rockets do lose despite his 36-11 performance, meaning that we have a tie series headed into game 3. And in game 3, it'll be a Rockets win. James Harden is a man on a mission. I don't know if the Cavs are going to be able to stop him. You combine him with Bob Pettit as well on the team. Man, this Rockets squad is nice. But the Cavs have something to say. Here we go. 2-2 series headed into game 5. This will be a pivotal one for the momentum of the series. And the Rockets came to play. They're off to a great start. The Cavs make it close in the clutch, though. Minute 20 left. Rockets are up by 4 and they have possession of the ball. So they just got to play decent basketball and close this one out. As for the Cavs, it's going to be an uphill battle. They're going to have to go out there, get stops, get buckets. Ball will go to James Harden. Harden working on Elgin Baylor here. James can't create any space. Baylor picks it away. Harden's able to retrieve it. James goes up over Baylor. Elgin Baylor, elite defense right there. Now let's see what he can do offensively. We're talking about the league MVP. It'll go to Serge Ibaka. Now it goes to Cliff Hagan. Hagan will get the screen from Ibaka. Cliff pulls the mid, he hits. The Rockets lead is down to 2 with about 40 seconds remaining here in game 5 of the NBA Finals. James Harden will get the screen from Bob Pettit. Harden pulls the 3, can't hit. And the Cavs can tie this game with a 2 or take the lead with a 3. Baylor gives it to Hagan. Hagan puts it up and it's rejected, but he gets the board and goes back up. That's why you follow your shot. It's a tie ball game. 21 seconds remain. Martin will give it into Harden. And the Rockets are going to hold for this final shot. Can the Beard deliver a game winner on the biggest stage in the NBA Finals? Harden's going to have to make his move soon. Only 5 seconds on the clock. The Beard attacking the basket. Steps back. Can't create any space, but still hits. Over the outstretched arms of Elgin, James Harden may have just knocked down the game winner. Still 0.3 on the clock for the Cavs. Siakam is inbounding. Why would they go for a shot? They would have needed to lob it up, I believe. But that'll do it for game 5. James Harden with the game-winning shot. Look at this shot from the Beard right over Elgin. 24, 7, and 11 for Harden in this one. 24, 7, and 11 from Baylor in this one as well. These stars are going stat for stat, huh? Baylor did have more steals and blocks. Game 6 on the way. The Houston Rockets are up 3-2 and can close this one out right here. But the Cavs came to play. They won a 4-7. And Cleveland will do exactly that despite 41 from Harden. Porzingis poured in 28 points in 19 minutes off the bench. And now it's time for the 2 best words in sports. Game 7 NBA Finals. A bunch of legends involved. And the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to run away with it. Elgin Baylor a 30 ball, Cliff Hagan with 28 points, Willis Reed with 24, Harden had 18, but that's not going to cut it. Elgin Baylor wins the league MVP, a title, and a finals MVP all in one season. And this first season was so much fun that I want to run it back for one more. Now for this second season, I want to note that free agency will be off, so no one will be leaving their teams. Also, trades were off during the season, so nothing's really going to change over this upcoming year besides seeing some progression from some of the younger guys in the league like Wembanyama. I also threw in a 40 overall draft class, so that way we don't have any crazy players coming into the league out of the draft. So yeah, we're all good to go for another season. Can the Cavs repeat as champs, or will some other team go out there and compete with them? Maybe it'll be the Houston Rockets coming back for revenge. Who knows? Tracy McGrady goes out and wins the league MVP, averaging 23, 5, and 10 on the season. Tim Hardaway Jr., 6th man of the year with 17 and 9. I believe he was 6th man of the year last year as well. LeBron James, DPOY, he averaged 24, 9, and 8 on the season. And Zion Williamson, most improved player. So like I was talking about, some of the young guys will progress, and we saw that with Zion. His numbers went up pretty significantly. Durant, clutch player of the year. Last year it was AI. And Chauncey Billups, coach of the year. It's always cool when former players become coaches. I know it doesn't work out sometimes. It's always interesting though. All-NBA first team, you got McGrady, you've got LeBron. We saw their numbers. Tim Duncan, a really nice season for Brooklyn. Chris Paul continuing to score and dish out assists in New York. And then Oscar Robertson rounds out your All-NBA first team. There's Magic Johnson on second team with Elgin Baylor, the reigning finals MVP. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is here on second team. You got Bill Walton as well, and Agent Zero. Third team, it's going to be Dr. J, Jerry Lucas, Kevin Garnett, KD, and Ja Morant. Wow. All defensive, there's Michael Jordan. Did MJ not make All-NBA? That's a shock. Jerry Lucas. Oh, that's not Jerry Lucas on all defense. He was on All-NBA. You had MJ, Paul, LeBron, of course, Pippen, one of the best defenders to ever do it. Bill Russell, probably the best defender to ever do it. Kobe Bryant makes All-Defensive second with Wade, Tim, Kawhi, and Dwight. And checking out the standings, things have definitely changed. The Portland Trailblazers were the number 1 seed this year. At the second spot, you had the Grizzlies. They were in the mix last year, I believe. The Kings are in third. They may have been third last season. The Rockets came in fourth. Harden trying to make it back to the finals and win this time. In fifth, it was the Pelicans. Pelicans were solid last year as well. And of course, the Thunder had to make their way into the playoffs. It's only right. In the Eastern Conference, the Hornets, led by MVP McGrady, they were the number 1 seed. At 2, you had the defending champion Cavaliers, who for some reason are still starting Ron Harper over Luka Doncic. The Bucks with Durant were the 3rd seed. Heat came in 4th with Magic and Tatum. Tatum, you might have a chance to say we did it if you lock in the playoffs. The Pacers with most improved Zion and Kareem in the front court. Oh man, with Nash to set him up too. And then the Knicks came in 6th. Hopefully we can watch Marion shoot those pretty jumpers again. Here we go, round 1 of the playoffs. We'll do just like last year. If we get any Game 7s, I'll jump in the Simcast. We've got at least one Game 7. Of course, it's the Beard. I feel like we've seen him in so many of these close games. Pels Rockets, Game 7, first round. It's a 4 versus 5 seed matchup. And then we've also got a Game 7 to check out between the 1 and 8 seeds over in the East. But first off, we got to check out Rockets Pels. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't locked in. This Game 7, it was moving so fast, I forgot to jump in. The Rockets had a massive 43-point fourth quarter, ended up winning the game behind 31 from Harden. Let me actually lock in for this Game 7. Sixers versus Hornets. 8-seeded Sixers looking to pull off a miracle and upset the number 1 seed. The 8 seed upsetting the 1 seed happens way too much in 2K. But the Hornets are going to get the job done here. Gilbert Arenas with 32, McGrady with 25. Alright, second round matchups are set. Here in the West, it's going to be the Blazers taking on the Rockets. These two teams had a crazy conference finals battle last year. Our other Western matchup is between the Grizzlies and Kings, and is a 99. Over in the East, it'll be the Hornets taking on the Pacers. The Pacers are kind of one of the new teams that's in the mix this year. And then we've got the Cavs taking on the Knicks. Luckily, the Cavs have came to their senses and are actually starting Luka Doncic. Blazers absolutely cook the Rockets. James Harden is out of here. He's not going back to the finals. But we do have a couple close series here. The Grizzlies and Kings are tied up at 2 apiece, so we're going to jump in the Simcast for Game 5. We got a close ball game here. Grizzlies currently up by 5 points. And they have possession of the ball. About 2 minutes remaining. Ant Edwards with it. Ant-Man gives it up to George. PG's layup is good. That'll expand the Grizzlies' lead to 7. Here comes Dampier for the Kings. Dampier throws it away. Bogdanovic with the steal. Rudy with it. He's got George on the cut. There you go. There's a slam for PG. The Grizzlies running laps around the Sacramento Kings right now. Louis Dampier with it for the Kings. Dampier will get the screen from Sabonis. Sabonis back in a Sacramento uniform. And Dampier is fouled. Cat just fouled out. First foul shot is off. The Kings can't catch a break. Second one for Louis is good. They're still down by 8 though. Looking like Melo and Wilt are about to lose this Game 5. Anthony Edwards bringing it up here. Edwards swings it to Ewing. Now it goes to Halliburton. Hallie to Pat Ewing. Ewing going to Chamberlain. Puts up the hook. Gets it to go. That's ball game. The Grizzlies just playing perfect basketball in the clutch. Pat Ewing 28 points. Melo had 40. And the Kings still lost. Alright, now we're going to head over to the East where the Cavs and Knicks are tied up at 2 apiece. Paul and Barkley got bounced out last year, and they've got a tough matchup with the defending champs here. They'll win Game 5 though. Willis Reed with 27 for the Cavs, but Paul 35 and 15. Chris wants a ring. All right, back over to the West. Grizzlies, Kings, Game 6 on the way. Kings facing elimination, and the Kings are out of here. Grizzlies dominating. 26 points from Pat Ewing. So it's going to be a 1 versus 2 seed matchup here in the Western Conference Finals. Blazers, Grizzlies. But over here in the East, our series is still going on. The New York Knicks are looking to close things out in 6 here. And it looks like they're going to do it. The Knicks. Chris Paul, man. Andrew Bynum, too. Look at him go. So it's Hornets and Knicks here in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Hornets have a powerful offense, but so do the Knicks. And then over here in the West, we've got the Blazers versus the Grizz, 2 loaded teams. The Blazers were the best team in the league over this past season. After 4 games, the Hornets and Knicks are tied up at 2 apiece, so we're going to jump in the Simcast for Game 5. Chris Paul's been showing up in these big games, and Paul's going to continue to do that. 20 and 12, but it was really Marion who was the star of the show with 31. Sidney Moncrief pitches in 26. And for the Hornets, McGrady didn't have his best game. Also, the Grizzlies are up 3-1 on the Blazers. Looking like the best team in the regular season might get bounced out. But I did just see the Blazers won Game 5, so maybe they'll force 7. Speaking of forcing 7, the Hornets are looking to do exactly that, and they'll do it. McGrady, 28 and 12. Wilkins, 27. So we've got a Game 7 here in the Eastern Conference. Can we get a Game 7 in the West? Blazers trying to make a 3-1 comeback here. And this game is very close as Portland looks to force 7. Minute 5 left. Blazers are up by 2 points here. Kevin Love will give it into Kobe Bryant. Bryant is defended by Karl Malone. Bryant will go to the basket. He's rejected by Ewing. Now here goes Towns, turning the fast break into a slow break. Ball will go to Anthony Edwards. Edwards throws it down to Ewing. Ewing's dunk is good. Game is tied. If you're the Grizzlies, you want to close this out in 6. If it goes 7, the Blazers got all the momentum to make this 3-1 comeback. Kobe Bryant with the rock. Bryant gives it to Love. Love lets it fly. Can't hit. Grizzlies can gain the lead with the bucket here. Malone swings it to Tomjanovich. Back to Karl. Now it'll go to Karl Towns. Towns gives it out to Malone. Malone to Edwards for 3 and cashes out. 3-point lead for the Grizzlies. Ant saw a defender in his face and said, don't care. Knocks down a huge shot. Do the Blazers have a rebuttal? That might be the word of the day, rebuttal. Mark Price to Dave Cowens. Cowens to the basket. Layup is off. And it is not looking good. Malone at the line. First free throw is cash. Chance to expand the lead to 5 points here. And Malone does miss the second one. A slight window of opportunity is open for the Blazers. Price pulls and hits! Are you kidding me? And now the Grizzlies are going to the line again. It'll be Halliburton shooting too. But even if he makes both, we'll have a one possession game. First one for Hallie is good. Second one for Halliburton is also good. 3-point lead for the Grizz. Mark Price bringing it up. Price to Love. Love way downtown and it's good! Do you believe in miracles? The Portland Trail Blazers doing everything they can to force Game 7 and complete this 3-1 comeback. We might just have overtime, but there's still 3 seconds on the clock. That's plenty of time for the Grizz to win this one at the buzzer. Paul George is inbounding. George into Ewing to a wide open Hallie. Halliburton can't hit. That was the cleanest look you could have wished for, and it was from the corner, but Halliburton didn't convert. It almost seems like the NBA script writers want the Blazers to win this one. And in overtime, the games remained close. Grizzlies up by 1. Blazers have the ball. Minute 53 remaining. It'll go into Bryant. Bryant is defended by Ant. I'm here for this matchup. Kobe gets the screen from Cowens. Bryant trying to create some space. Swings it to Dave. Dave's mid-range is off. Dave Cowens has been garbage in this video. Halliburton will give it up to Ant Edwards. Edwards gives it to Malone. Now it'll go to Halliburton. Hallie gives it down to Ewing. Ewing's got the mismatch. He goes up right over Mark Price. 3-point lead for the Grizz. Price gets the screen from Cowens. Mark to Bryant. Bryant backing down Ant. Fakes a couple times. He's going to go up with the layup. Can't convert. Grizzlies can expand this lead to 5 or 6. Edwards to Halliburton. Halliburton down to Ewing. Ewing fakes. Goes up. Scores. Pat Ewing. Some timely buckets here for the Memphis Grizzlies, and they're up by 5. Speaking of timely, a bucket would be very timely for the Blazers right now, and Kobe delivers, falling down on the mid-range. It is a one-possession game now. Blazers in need of a stop. Halliburton with it. Hallie taking his time. It's smart of the Grizzlies to chew a bit of clock. It'll go to Karl Malone. Malone back to Halliburton. Halliburton, beautiful bounce down to Malone for the dunk. Not looking too good for the Blazers. There's still time on the clock though. I thought it was over for him in regulation, so maybe they can pull off another miracle. Butler into Bryant. Bryant going to the basket, finds Price open in the mid-range. Mark can't convert. I think that's going to do it. Looks like the Memphis Grizzlies. Oh my gosh! How? How did the Blazers force double OT? Hold on, can we go to the breakdown here? Okay, so in overtime, George dunk blocked by Love. Price hits a mid-range. Edwards turns it over off a Kobe steal. Dave Cowens hits a 3. And now in double overtime, this game is still close. Minute 57, or not a minute 57, minute 28. I saw the score, thought that was the time. It is 157 to 156. Blazers up by 1. Rondo gets the screen from Cowens. It'll go down to Bryant. Bryant drawing the double team, fakes, finds Rondo open. Rondo lets it fly and hits. Oh my goodness, the Blazers, in what has been a miracle of a game, are up by 4. Halliburton with it. He lobs it to Pat Ewing. The Grizzlies will not give up. Kobe Bryant with it. Bryant working in the mid-range, shoots and scores! Are you kidding me? This is one of the best games I have ever watched in 2K. Halliburton has Ewing on the roll. Ewing goes up and is blocked by Cowens. Bryant up to Butler. Butler steps it back. Jimmy to Love. Love goes up over Malone, misses, gets his own board, and is fouled by Hallie. Why would Halliburton foul there? Maybe he thought Love had an easy layup. And I guess the Grizz had a foul to give. Cowens will give it to Butler. Butler gets the screen from Cowens. Jimmy has a lane, takes it, shoots, and scores. 6-point lead for the Portland Trail Blazers. Do the Grizzlies have anything left? It'll go into Malone. Malone to Edwards. Edwards gives it to Ewing. Ewing's layup is off, but he's fouled. So the Grizzlies will have a chance to score with the clock stopped. Pat Ewing's free throw is good, and now he has 36 points. Golly. Second one for Ewing is off. They needed that too. And now the Grizz are going to foul. Looking like this game is over with, but I'll stay in just in case because we've seen this has just been the most wild game ever. Kobe, first free throw's good. Second one for Bryant's also good. 7-point lead for the Blazers. Halliburton brings it up for the Grizzlies. They'll call timeout. Paul George into Malone to Ewing. Back to George. Grizzlies wasting a lot of time here. PG bounces it down to Ewing. Ewing doesn't shoot it. He finds George open for a three. PG hits. Okay. I mean, if the Blazers melt down at the free throw line, you never know. It's going to be Rondo shooting them. First one for Rondo is good. Second one for Rondo is off. I mean, hey, maybe there's a slight chance. Hallie with the ball. Halliburton to Malone. Malone for three. He misses. That'll do it. This game is finally over with. Golly, that was a long game. Look at the numbers from the Grizzlies, and this was the losing team. Blazers players were going crazy as well. So we've got a game 7. I forgot we got a game 7 in the East too, between the Hornets and Knicks. And bro, the Knicks were down by about 100 and they've came all the way back. What is going on in this video? 2 minutes and 2 seconds remain. Knicks down by 3 and they have possession of the ball. Marcus Camby into Chris Paul. Paul is defended by Agent Zero. Paul gives it to Mashburn. Mashburn back to CP3. Paul half spin, fakes. He's doubled. Chris gives it to Aldridge. What are they doing? Everybody's in the corner. Paul's gonna fake. He goes to the basket. Chris jumper is off. Now here comes Dominique Wilkins for the Hornets. Wilkins will give it to McGrady. T-Mac gets the screen from Holmgren. Tracy. Oh my goodness, what a move to create some space and cash out on the three. 6-point lead for the Hornets. Paul will get the screen from Aldridge. Chris to the basket. Layup is off. Holmgren gives it up to Wilkins. Wilkins to McGrady. McGrady open. It's over. Tracy McGrady, I've seen enough. 35 and 11 from Gill. 34 and 10 from T-Mac. Paul had a good game, but man, in the clutch, it wasn't looking good. And it'll be the Hornets moving on to the finals. Over here in the West, we've got Blazers Grizzlies game 7, the main event. Blazers trying to complete this 3-1 comeback, and they're up by a lot. It's over with the Blazers pull it off. What a run it has been for Portland. 26 from Kobe to lead the way. And in the finals, we've got T-Mac versus Kobe. Here we go. Hornets, Blazers. We're simcasting to start off this series. Game 1. Who's going to set the tone? Kobe Bryant and the Portland Trail Blazers are going to set the tone. 36 from Kobe, 30 from K-Love. Hornets need to win this game too. They can't afford to go down 2-0. The Hornets might be cooked. Kobe just going crazy. Dave Cowan's a huge performance. Charlotte, y'all better win game 3. They do. Hornets kind of need game 4 as well, because if they go down 3-1, they're still probably cooked. And the Blazers win it. Portland is on a mission. They've got too much plot armor after that 3-1 comeback. There's just no way they're going to lose. Hold on. Here come the Hornets. 3-2 series. Can the Hornets pull off a 3-1 comeback against the Blazers? Whoa. We got a game 7. The Charlotte Hornets on the verge of pulling off a 3-1 comeback against a team that just came back from 3-1 themselves. This is reminiscent of the 2016 finals. And the Hornets are going to do it. They come back from down 3-1. T-Mac with 45. What a series. Tracy McGrady wins finals MVP. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I had so much fun recording it. If y'all did enjoy, I'd appreciate if you liked and subscribed. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.